Hey! So those of you who watched either watched the stream or watched the video yesterday, I might wonder why it didn't stream or put anything out yet, because there was supposed to be a tour at 7 a.m. Well, the tour guide thought it over and realized that there's not going to be a lot of people online. So the tour has been pushed back to sometime in July. It's not certain when, but it'll be during summer break for sure. And honestly, I'm fine with that. If it means we can get more people on for the day when it actually happens, hell yeah. But now, I'm kind of at a loss of what to do today, because before I knew about this, I did the dailies. And Fabric World, the daily is bugged. So, what now? I'm kind of thinking we start something new. And my gut says ultraviolet. So, just to say, this was not here before. That first tour that was day before yesterday was when this officially got added to the site. It's a little buggy, but I actually really like this one so far. But out of courtesy, I'll do a new game. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I got to go here, I think. But the music is great. I love the aesthetic of this one. However, on the flip side, the maps are not on YumaWiki yet, and the maps in this game are really, really large, so there's going to be a lot of aimless wandering. Though to be perfectly honest, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with just vibing and talking about things that come to mind. And the first thing that comes to mind is, let me go up to the cashier. Oh right, there's more money around the store. There's a coin up here, and I think there's a coin in the bottom left as well. To be clear, this is not a new game. This is a game that's been around for a few years at this point. I think it's just only recently been put on YNO. But I learned some interesting history of the site and also some things that they have planned. For example, there is a game that they have planned. It's not going to be out for quite a while. There's a game by the name of Collective Unconscious that is designed as a purely multiplayer Yumaniki game. And when it's done, it's going to be hosted on YNO Project. And I think exclusively there because it's designed to be a multiplayer experience. Which is very cool. I'm looking forward to when that actually comes to pass, but it won't be for a while. And I mean, Hey, I'm not going anywhere. At least as far as this community goes. I'm fine with waiting a while. I try and go to places that I was not shown in the tour. Like Macabre World. Ugh. But also, I love this game already just because you can turn into a bunny and just bounce around as a little bunny. And I kind of love that. I'm not actually sure if there's any areas that connect from here. I would imagine there is. Well, that sucks. Okay, so there's no... either there's a connection I couldn't find, or there just are no connections. But something that I was going back and looking at again. Oh right, I need an effect for this area. I don't remember how you get it, but I think it's through old storehouse somewhere. But I was looking back through old trailers and like reveal trailers for Smash Bros. Ultimate. And that was a really fun time. There were a lot of Fire Emblem characters, but by and large, it was a fun time. Just anticipating all the wacky, silly stuff that Sakurai would put in the game next. Especially when it came to Sora. Uh-oh. Let me sit up in my chair a little bit so that I can actually see where I'm going. And I still can't really see where I'm going. Okay, this tour was kind of insane. Not because of the game itself, but because Easy RPG Maker is the program that's used to host this, and it really does not like having 60 people in the same room. So it was crashing. A lot. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. This is the nail bat, I think? Nail hammer. Why do I get the feeling that this is supposed to be like, what am I thinking of? This is supposed to be this game's variant of Red Maze. I doubt it. The areas in this game are kind of just large by design, but I wouldn't be surprised. Oh. Also, it's possible to get stuck in there, as you can see from that one person who was definitely stuck in there. Navigating this area during the tour was hell on earth, mainly because there were so many people. Which feels weird to say. It really had nothing to do with how many people, or how dark the room was, and we didn't have the lantern effect yet. But it was just, there were so many freaking people in the same room that it was hard to tell where you were. In fact, I think I'm just gonna save you all the grief and wake up. And then instinctively save, because this game is probably a lot more stable when there's 8 people online, but I still don't trust it. But now we can head back to Old Storehouse and go to that place from before. But yeah, Smash DLC. It was a fun time, and I think I liked them all quite a lot. In retrospect. Was a bit salty about Byleth, but I mean, there's not much I could really do about that. Though I had a special little bone to pick because every character that's added from Fire Emblem by Intelligent Systems is one less spot that could be taken up by Paper Mario, which is another game that's owned by Intelligent Systems. That's just my 2 cents. We've now reached the point, though, where there is bound to be another Smash game because of how ridiculously popular Ultimate was. And I think Sakurai is going to be stuck as the team lead again, despite saying that he wanted to stop after this one. Oh. Oh, okay. That was... that animation took a bit longer than usual, I think. But it's hard to say what my personal wish list is for if they were to ever add new characters. I have a sneaking suspicion that if they ever were to make another Smash Bros. Game, it would be less characters but higher quality. Because it is high quality, what am I saying, but a bit more fleshed out and unique. Less characters like Dr. Mario, and more characters, less characters that are between Mario and Dr. Mario, and more characters that are between Mario and Luigi. Where the characters are like a bit more fleshed out, a bit more different, especially with the DLC guys, the characters that aren't just, hey, we wanted to make a DLC character, and we have this idea for a character. We have this template of a sword fighter. Let's use that. I forget where this thing is, but there are chasers here, and I don't actually know what chasers do when they catch you in this one. I imagine you just wake up. I'm curious what happens when you step on the hair. Does it do something? It doesn't look like it. where else from here? This was the other location, I think. Yeah, look at the guys. And if I travel far enough down this long and winding road, I think it eventually leads somewhere. Yeah, this is definitely a street lamp world. And scattered around here somewhere is a tiny street lamp. But I'm trying to think, if I were to have like a personal wish list of characters to add to Smash, I know it's a bit of far-fetched, especially since there were so many characters in Ultimate. Oh, this is right, I forgot about this room. Very cozy. Topic is probably Paper Mario, but I have a bad feeling when it comes to Paper Mario. Because, especially since the big head of Nintendo does not like the more complex story of the older Nintendo game, or the older Paper Mario games. So if Paper Mario is getting added, I'd be willing to bet that it's primarily going to be referencing the newer stuff. And I mean, at the end of the day, I don't mind it that much. Like, I'd be angry, but it's a Mother 3 kind of situation where it's like, I've had years to be angry, and there's not really a point in it at this point, because nothing's gonna change. Unless someone joins Nintendo who's just completely hell-bent on making a game that's like the old Paper Mario games. This feels like Cyber World, or this feels like, what was it called? From the original, from Humaniki, where it's just an endless loop of corridors, and one of the corridors is a teleport, and everything else is just dudes dancing. Well, there's the teleport. Oh, Famicom! Oh, this is really cute. This really reminds me of Earthbound Beginnings. Which is not necessarily a good thing. I did not have a good time with Earthbound Beginnings. Aww. Please stop getting out of your chairs. Alright, thank you. Like, there's gotta be... I'm sure there has to be something in here worthwhile. Oh. Window type old blue. I guess that's what I was going for. But I mean, if I had to pick one character, it would have to be a silly character. Like, I very much respect Sakurai for a lot of the characters in the Fighter Pass were references to other fighting games. You ended up with stuff like Ryu and Ken, you ended up with, or I mean, Ryu and Ken were both, Ryu was Smash 4, but you get what I mean. You get Ryu and Ken, you got Kazuya, you got Terry Bogard. I want more silly characters, to be perfectly honest, because that's what Smash excels at. I want, like, Karate Joe from Rhythm Heaven, and maybe that's a bad idea because of how the hell would that work? How would a rhythm character work in a fighting game? I'm sure they could think of something, but it would be quite harrowing, I can imagine. But I want that. I would like something like that. Maybe like Paper Mario would be fun. Another Final Fantasy character would be really cool. I'm not sure who, but they would have to get they would have to get through Square Enix first. It's like, yeah. Well, this is very Humaniki. This is extremely, extremely similar to Forest World. I forget exactly what I'm looking for. I think one of these trees is going to be like a boreal tree or something like that. It's going to be like wintry. Maybe this is it? No. But I think the main point of Ultimate was just, hey, you know all those characters that you've been asking for since, like, Melee? Well, we're adding them. Have fun. Somewhere in here is a sea slug, and when I was on the tour, I got it, and then my game crashed, so I wasn't able to properly experience it. There you are. Sea hare, never mind. Look at me go. I'm an adorable little sea slug. But I think if they were, oh, that's that's intense. I'm fine with Violet, honestly. A lot of cool areas, but I prefer the standard. Okay. Right, Snow World is the only place I haven't visited yet. Hello there. The lake is pretty. Hmm. Rabbit! It's like Moomer Rope, where my first interaction with the game is just, there are bunnies! I gotta keep playing Moomer Rope at some point. That is a good game. But I mean, when you think about the characters that were added, it was almost every character was either a pipe dream character or a promo thing for another game. But I kind of miss the zany guys. Like, obviously there's Minecraft Steve, but I mean, look, I like him, I like Steve, but he has all of the problems that the rest of the DLC characters have, where they're crazy overtuned, really, really gimmicky characters. And like, of all the characters to have a meter, it makes sense that it was Steve from Minecraft, but I would very much I would kind of prefer if he was just a regular old character. Also, I have not found that teleports. Oh, hello. Shikinken. What? Shikenken? Shikenken. What does this do? Well, the girl is following me now, but what does this mean? I'm a Shikenken. I don't know what a Shikenken is. It must be a similar type of beat as Snow Woman, because they bear a very similar art. They bear a very similar color palette. But I think I got it from here. I think I'm done from here. I have something else planned today, but it's very different than usual. I'll say that much. But as far as Tukey goes, I'm done for the day. But that's all I got. Thanks so much for watching.